Start? All right. So in our today's this live discussion, Rafe and I'm using the correct grammatical order, giving more precedence or more significance to Mr. Rafe, one of my most talented students is here with me, and the topic we have in this live talk is on social media revolution. It has to do something with how has the social media revolutionized our lifestyle and what has been our approach towards this abrupt revolution or this unexpected revolution that literally came out of the blue, So this is what we are going to discuss. So, Mr. Rafe, I would like you to introduce yourself first.
So, my name is Mohammad Abdul Rafe, and I read in second year. Right now, I'm doing second year, and thanks for having me in this wonderful session. So today's our topic is basically on social media revolution. Now I'm gonna start with what social media revolution is. So basically it refers to the interaction among people where you can share, exchange, or just send each the things, different particular things to each other. Or it can be an information, it can be a video, it can be a picture, it can be some sort of topics that you want to discuss. This is the social media. And nowadays approximately 4.5 billion people are using social media accounts according to the research made in October 2021.
The current statistics.
The current or statistic of social media. And I was reading the article today in order to prepare the session. So there was a line. The author, the writer of this social media, the one who written this particular topic, he was saying that those nations which do not accept the change of the revolution or do not synchronize from the world,
they do not synchronize themselves with new changes.
They basically what happened next is that they are forced to adopt that particular revolutionary changes.
Accept it willy or nilly.
Just because they in the beginning they were not accepting the revolutionary changes, but as with the time being they were forced to just adopt that particular change in order to just live in the society,
to survive. They somehow go on a survival mood.
And as you know that as with the time being, the inclination of social revolution is increasing day by day, and it is in need of an hour. You cannot live without the interacting your friends, no matter how far your friends are. For example, you are in the Karachi and your friends are in another country or another city. So in order to interact, you have to be
virtually active.
So the thing that he point out is that in our Pakistan there are many peoples like ultra conservative peoples. They follow the rut, and they're basically follow the tradition. They're not following the social media. They say that it is harm to our health.
They are indifferent to new changes, to innovations.
Yes, they are torpor to.
They are in a torpor, right?
In a torpor to different innovations and different revolution. They are not accepting it.
Can I just, Rafi, quickly go through it so that we could, just bring it this very, the aspect of the writer in our conversation. The writer says that the nations that resist revolutionizing changes and do not attempt to synchronize with the world are forced to accept, adopt, and take up revolutions willy-nilly. That's what the writer is, saying. From the outside world, the glaring example is that of the internet. So the writer basically says that we were not prepared
Yes.
for accepting internet wholeheartedly.
Yes.
And then somehow we had to adopt
Adopt
it
it.
or to synchronize with it, unwillingly, because we had no way out.
Yes, we are compelled to.
Yeah, we were compelled to do it. We were
Yes.
compelled to acclimatize ourselves, to the new changes
Environment.
that were taking place, in the virtual world.
Yes, sir.
So this is what the writer is saying, and the writer says that how has this revolution taken place? This revolution has been fueled by the flurry of the sprawling prevalence
Yes, sir.
of the cell phones and mobile technology, and the consequent launch of multiple social media platforms around the world. Pakistan never wanted to accept this, as most wanted to live with their traditional ways because of their non-synchronizing nature.
Yes, sir.
Non-synchronizing nature means they were not accepting,
Yes, sir. Willingly or
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
they were somehow indifferent to the new challenges. The impact of global mobile technology forced us to let social media seep and gain ground into our public private life. But now, when we have been forced to live with this technology and information revolution, we must benefit from it more extensively by using this life-changing virtual world for our nation in general and our youth in particular.
Yes.
So the writer says that since the revolution has taken place,
Yes,
we
sir.
should now accept it
Accept it
wholeheartedly,
wholeheartedly.
and take it by forelock,
Yes.
make the most of it, use it to our optimum advantages, particularly for our youth, in terms of facilitating or benefiting our youth. Social media is a major benefactor, and our youth can be a major beneficiary.
But the thing that the writer point out that most Pakistanis are using, like they are old-minded.
They are conventional, they are traditional,
Traditional.
they are conservative,
They are
they are
conservative.
orthodoxical.
Yes, they are not using the technology and not in a favor to use the technology. For example, let's take an example of rural areas. There are many families, or there are many kids who wants to study. For that, they have to interact in the social media. They have to access. They have the full need to access the internet in order to achieve that particular goal. So, but their higher ups, their elites of the family, they are not letting them use that internet access for their own purposes. So that's why that's the thing that Pakistan is lagging behind in every aspect because of our thinking. Everyone, as we know that everyone has its own vision, but it does not mean that you do not accept the revolution. If the revolution is taking place, you have to take part wholeheartedly, willingly. Then you are gonna just you're gonna achieve whatever you
Excellence.
Excellence. Then you
And
will
shun mediocrity.
then you will be able to unleash your hidden potential.
Yeah, but the writer says that, Rafi, what matters the most is not just boasting, increasing
Numbers.
the number of users
Yes.
of the internet. It's rather on the contrary.
Yes, sir.
The thing that is of paramount importance is the appropriate utility of these social media tools and websites. Like the writer says that no single segment or layer of society can be credited for having used cell phones or social media in the most constructive manner in Pakistan. Don't you think this is extremely alarming? That most, the great chunk of people in our country, although the number is increasing
Yes,
of social media users,
Yes, sir.
but the problem is,
Yes, sir.
is that our people are not making a constructive use of it.
Yes, sir.
So how can one make a constructive use of these, revolutionizing or revolutionary tools?
Yes, sir. The writer says that though its number is increasing abnormally day by day,
But we are not reaping the real
Yes,
benefits
sir.
of these tools.
Yes, sir. Because it depends upon our vision, like how you are using it. It depends upon you. if the device is being used for the beneficial of providing the benefits to the humanity, or you're just being a demagogue, or you just want to.
You're born idle. You're just rather using it to your optimum disadvantage.
Yes, sir.
It's making you indolent, lackadaisical. I mean, complacent. It's bringing in a lot more complacency, giving room to sluggishness, and you ultimately becoming a couch potato, lying on your couch, having idle gossip with your friends on this virtual world.
So that's why I'm saying that it depends upon your usage. If you are using it for your beneficial, you are studying harder and you are making full we can
use
say
utility.
You are gaining full of knowledge from the from the access of internet. But on the other hand, there is another person who is just as you said, being a born idle, is not making any progress. Then how he's gonna achieve that particular job or his dream job? He's still dreaming.
But don't you think that we are living in 21st century?
Yes, sir.
And this century is predominantly, primarily, or mainly, rather, I would say, driven by technologies.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the influx of technology is paramount. This is absolutely shocking. At times you are taken aback when you realize that there is a huge influx of new devices, new technical features are coming. You can't avoid it. I mean, you can't help using these tools or these gadgets.
Yes.
But what we can do is to make some strategies, to come up with some comprehensive policies aimed at harnessing this vast resource of knowledge, creativity, innovation, changes in a calculated manner. That is something which is missing, and people who are at the helms of affairs, who are at in the power corridor, they are extremely nonchalant, oblivious, negligent to this very
particular
side of this revolutionary tools or technology. They damn care about it.
Because we don't have that development skills, or we don't have that policies or people who are just use that underlying resources for the beneficial of youth. Basically our whole politics is corrupt. They are just being a demagogue. They are manipulating other for their own vested interest. And the thing is that they should they should start to develop more skillful person. They have to produce skillful person in order to just drag the underlying resources of the treasure trove. That's what I think they should have to do.
The writer also says that
It's raining.
Is it raining?
Yes, sir.
Wow, this is something which is awe-inspiring because we did not expect it, and it started, raining all of a sudden. So, dear viewers, we are having a rain now. So we are in a happy mood, or rather, in a festive mood. So the writer is saying that, Rafe, technology cannot be blamed to be either good or bad. Evil or bad, right? It's it's the use of it that either makes it evil or makes it angelic or very good. So it depends on the consumer, it depends on the user. If the user is good, if the user is mature, and the user is making a mature use of these technical gadgets, he or she is more likely to reap huge benefits or gigantic benefits from this revolutionary tools. But in large, I must say, the large number of users in our country are not really making a great use of these revolutionary tools. So that is very alarming. That's where the shoe pinches. That's where frustration creeps.
You know, we have the resource, we have the treasure. You can express your feelings, you can express your thought and creativity to other people with the help of, while accessing the internet in a good manner. For example, if you want to teach, if you have some skills and you want to teach others, you have the great platform of internet. You can
indeed.
easily convey messages. You can easily convey your teachings towards those who cannot afford such fees or expenses of schools, colleges.
The expenditure,
The expenditures of colleges. So you can help those people who are not able to study in high schools because they don't have that much potential. They don't have that kind of background in order.
No, they cannot afford.
They cannot.
They have some
basically afford.
financial constraints or
They have some
barriers.
financial problems, obstacles. So you have the great opportunity. Also, you can earn from the internet. It is not that you are just giving away your talent in free. You can also learn earn money from internet if you are able to use it in a proper manner, in a tactful manner. If you are not using it, yes, it is true that making mistake makes you a good person. And if you are just constantly making mistakes, then you cannot learn. You have to make mistake and learn from your mistake that why I am just lagging behind. You have the opportunity to earn money from the internet.
Indeed.
Right?
E-commerce,
And
thriving business these days.
you can also
Freelancing.
There, YouTube is there, and even
Many other websites are there. You can do, earning on them. You can
On
do
them.
learning from them.
So sell your talent in the internet. Everyone is saying that the internet or the social media is bad. No, it's depend. The coin has the two sides, two aspects. One can be bad and the one can be angelic or good. So it's your choice how you go, which side you pick. If you're just picking the angelic side, your result will be fruitful.
Yeah, you mean to say that it depends on the lenses that you have.
Lenses,
If you have a optimistic lenses, so social media will appear to you
Optimistic and-
something that is laced with optimism, something that is laced with opportunities, something that is laced with chances of growth, chances of success, chances of prosperity and happiness. But if you look at it, or if you rather interpret it with the lens of pessimism, or with the lens of hopelessness, so then definitely it will appear to you as something that is destructive, as something that is laced with prejudice, laced with problems, laced with hatred, or laced with lots of troubles. It depends how you look at it and how you interpret it. I believe that a person, a user or a consumer that has access to any internet gadget can express him or herself more freely. So in one way we can say that social media has granted us a lot of freedom, a lot of liberty. Like I can tell you one thing. A politician, with the help of internet or with the help of these, technical gadgets, he or she propagates his or her, manifesto, their plans, their political or electoral agendas, strategies, and somehow they succeed in, influencing people's choices and preferences. That's what is happening by using their powerful rhetoric or all that, populist strategies.
You're right. Like by becoming an influencer, you can also help people. For example, there are many people out there.
There are a lot of social media